Hey folks, Randy Gold, Trout Magnet Man here with you. I was hoping to get a fishing video done, but my son and I went fishing day before yesterday below Cordell Hull, expecting the white bass and the crappie to be in there, and they weren't. Not on that day anyway. What was in there was literally thousands and thousands of 3 and 4 inch bluegill. I've never seen so many of them in my life. I mean, they just lit up the sonar and you'd catch every drop down, you was getting one. Of course, that don't make for good video. I think we caught 1 or 2 that were, 8 inches, but that's it. But anyway, gonna do just a quick review of the Bouz Drag Checker. This is the Bouz Drag Checker 2001 model. 1 kilo is max that it'll do for checking your drag on your reel. It also will check your knots. You're going to see in the video where I'm doing a knot, and I found out what I had expected, that my knots were just not tied properly. They were tied properly, I just did not cinch the surgeon's knot down correctly, and if you don't cinch it down correctly, it's not going to work right. I mean, it's going to break less than what it should break. Matter of fact, the way I was tying it and just not paying any attention to how I cinch it down, I was breaking at 0.8 kilograms. That wasn't good. Now I have a knot where I'm breaking at 1 kilogram. That's good, breaking the same strength as the line. This is a handy little device. I'll leave a link to it in the description. It's made in Japan. It's a quality instrument. It's pretty much on. I've had some several 8 ounce, 9 ounce, 10 ounce weights that I've weighed with this thing. You can actually weigh fish with this, as long as it weighs a kilogram or less. It's weighed, it's spot on. So I wanted to use this, I wanted to get it. It's not necessary, it's not necessarily at all. Now that I'm fishing with real 2 pound, 2.1, 2.3 pound test line, it's a big difference, and it's something I got to get used to. Got to get used to the feel on the drag, and that's not. We think that's easy to do, but for some folks it is, some folks it isn't. So now what I will do is I will set the drag out every time I start out with this line. I'll set it at 20% of the breaking strength of my line. I'll set it at the reel. I've already measured several rods with this. This happens to be the Ice Cube Rockin' Finesse. To see what the deflection is, the deflection of the rod and the friction of the guides automatically is going to add some resistance there, and it does, but it doesn't add as much as you think. But when you start, let's say you want to dial in 5/10 of a gram or 5/10 of a kilogram of drag, well then things start to get hairy when the higher you get that rod, as I'm going to show in the video. The higher you get the rod, the more friction, the more pressure, so the drag increases. I hope all of you had a nice Christmas. I hope you maybe got some fishing gear for Christmas. Hope you were around family. Hope you had a good time. I hope all of you are getting to go out fishing, which I would have fished today, but the weather here, the rain, we've had so much rain that all my places are blowed out. The mud, spill gates are open. It's going to be a day or two or a few days before that settles down, and we're expecting more rain, I think. But anyway, soil up them all, and remember, life is good. Now folks, we're going to show you how this Bouz Drag Checker works here. I've got some 2.5 or 2.3, I'm sorry, polyester line here, and you just run the line through these loops here on the bottom of the spring knob, which is the center one. These 2 knobs at the bottom are stationary, and what we're going to do is we're just going to pull on the line, and we see that line breaks at just a little over a kilo, which this line's supposed to break at 2.3 pound test. So it works. So now what we're going to do is we're going to check a knot. All right, folks, I'm tied a 5-turn surgeon's knot. I don't know if you can pick that up or not. There's the knot right there. Looks pretty good. So I'm going to test it on the Bouz Drag Checker. We're going to take it back counterclockwise. Lay her down here. Make sure we don't have a knot in the... Lay it over the pulleys there. The knot's not in there. We're going to see. You can see she about need to zero her out. She's at 0. And the knot is... Where'd the knot go? I can't even see it. There it is. There's the knot right there. Right here where the thumb is. Now we're going to pull on the line. And that was a good knot. As you can see, it broke at just a little over 1 kilo. So, that this thing will let you know if your knots you're tying are good. And believe me, I had to practice a while to get it where it breaks at the same strength as the line, which told me my knots weren't any good on my leader knot. I was tying it correctly, it just wasn't cinching it down correctly. All right, folks, we're gonna check our drag on the reel again. We're gonna put it in the pulley, make sure it's zeroed out. It is zeroed. And now we're just gonna put a steady pull on it. And a steady pull, we get right at 0.2 kilograms. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it and put it on the end of the rod. Make sure it's got the pulleys right. Now we're going to do rod deflection test. There's about 45 degrees. You can see where that rod's at. It's loaded. And we're going to check it and see what it says there. There it's reading about 0.25. Let's zero it out again. And we'll show you what happens when we take the rod even higher. Now that rod is, I'm up there. I'm way up there. Gonna take it off and check the reading. And the reading there is right at 0.3 kilograms.